When I was 14, I was asked to watch my baby cousin for just a few hours. Nothing out of the ordinary. But by nightfall, he was dead. And for the last 11 years, I've asked myself the same terrifying question: did I cause it? Or was he already dying when he cried in my arms? I never got answers. No one ever told me the truth. But the guilt? It never left. And what happened after made it worse. If you've ever lived with a regret that kept you up at night, if you've ever questioned something you did in the past that you can't undo, this story might hit hard. Like, subscribe and stay with me, because what you're about to hear is raw, real, and still haunts me every single day. I was 14, an awkward mix of innocence and anxiety. My aunt had asked me to help out for the day. She had errands to run, and her son, just 4 months old, needed watching. I agreed. What 14-year-old wouldn't feel honored being trusted with a baby? The baby was fussy that day. Really fussy. My friends were over, and I held him in my arms as he cried and cried and cried. I tried bouncing him, whispering gently, even singing. Nothing worked. I didn't know then what I know now about babies. About how fragile they are. About how stimulation overload can affect a young mind. But back then, I just felt overwhelmed. He wouldn't stop crying, and in a moment of frustration, I did something I wish I could erase. I pressed him tightly against my chest, not to hurt him, not out of rage, but like someone trying to get silence in the only way they know how. His tiny body squished against mine, my hands tightening. It lasted seconds. He still cried. Eventually, hours later, he calmed down. He was even playful. My aunt returned, thanked me, and began feeding him bananas, his first try with solid food. Later, she nursed him, put him to sleep. 2 hours passed, then screaming. Not a baby cry, a panicked, blood-chilling, almost inhuman wail. My aunt and uncle rushed into his room. They picked him up and raced to the hospital. He died before they could even get him seen by a doctor. I sat on the couch, frozen, in shock, silent. No one blamed me. No one even asked. I wasn't questioned. There was no accusation. But I knew something was wrong. And I never asked either. Because I was terrified. What if I had hurt him? What if that tight press caused something inside to break? What if it had nothing to do with me at all, and he was already sick? The questions built over time. At 16, I was sent to live with my grandma. My uncle was harsh, cold. I thought he was just strict, maybe grieving. My aunt and uncle eventually separated. I lost all contact with her. But then one day, during a visit when she had her second baby, she said something that shattered me. Why is it that anytime I want to leave you with my baby, your uncle is against it? What did you do to our son that killed him? Her voice was calm, but her words sliced me open. I had never considered that they suspected me, or maybe knew something. It was like suddenly standing in the middle of a courtroom with no lawyer, no defense. I didn't reply. I didn't even breathe. That night, I couldn't sleep. I lay awake, replaying every second of that day. The crying, the pressure on his chest, his calmness after, the bananas, the sleep, the death. Did I break his ribs? Cause internal bleeding? Was he allergic to the banana? I was just a kid, but I never forgot. Years passed. I turned 25. The memory never dulled. If anything, it sharpened. No one ever told me the official cause of death. I never saw a death certificate. I didn't know how to ask. Didn't feel I had the right. I had no parents to lean on. No one to help me investigate. When people suggested I go to the hospital to ask for records, I felt paralyzed. Would they even give that info to me? Would they think I was guilty, too? Some people online mocked my story, told me to get my facts straight. That kids don't just die from being pressed too hard. That bananas wouldn't kill a baby instantly. That I was making things up. But I wasn't. This happened. This haunted me. Why would I carry this pain for 11 years if it wasn't real? Why would I want to believe I could have killed my baby cousin? I'm not looking for sympathy or forgiveness. I just want answers. I don't know what justice looks like in this case. There's no villain in the traditional sense. No thief. No bully, just a scared teenager, a grieving mother, and a baby who didn't make it. But the aftermath? The silence? The emotional punishment? That's where the real pain lies. Some stories don't end with justice served or villains defeated. Some end with an unanswered question echoing in your mind for years. For me, it's this: was it my fault? And maybe I'll never know. But this story? It's my way of letting go, of speaking what I couldn't speak when I was a child, of freeing myself, even slightly, from a guilt that never had a voice until now. Some scars aren't visible. They hide in memories, in silence, in the questions that never got answered. If you've ever carried a burden like that, you're not alone. Talking about it might not fix the past, but it helps heal the future. If this story struck a chord with you, give it a like and share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever held onto guilt that wasn't even yours to begin with? Don't forget to subscribe for more emotionally raw, true stories. Because sometimes the heaviest stories are the ones we're most afraid to tell.